Sunday morning, 4th of February 2024. This is just one of that let's talk skidmarks of mine, and it may sound a little bit disorganized and all over the place, but maybe you should pay attention to the things that I mention and think about it. The electioneering is heating up. We have a situation that politicians are now all over the TVs and all over the social media, and they're all making promises and they're all talking stories. The reality is, not a single one of them will pass an objective scrutineering of their integrity. You see guys on the stages calling for you to vote for them, but there is massive fraud cases and corruption charges hanging in the wings for them. You see guys standing up on the stage screaming about all the shit that he's going to do and make happen, but he himself is never scrutinized. I get messages from people all over telling me, vote for this guy, support that guy, support that guy. Now, the first criteria that I apply when I look at political parties, if they are part of that shit-shot pack of Johnny, I'm out of there, go. I'm not going to go close to them. What is actually happening with that shit-shot pack? The DA is very cleverly maneuvering all the small parties that are significant into a place where those small parties are going to commit suicide. That is what's going on. And what you must never forget, the DA is 100% triple X. Now a lot of you are going to shit in your pants and all of that. I don't care. Those are the facts. The DA is on a mission to execute the commands of triple X. Look what have they done to us with the pestilence. Look what they are doing to us culturally with this gender cuck of theirs. Look at what they're doing. They are planning for your daughter of 10 years old to use the same bathroom as a black guy that sits in grade 8 and he's 20 years old. And they're going to force your 8-year-old daughter into the same bathroom as that 20-year-old guy. But you still cheer for them because you don't feel a fuck for your children. That's your problem. This Bella law is specifically designed to get your children into state institutions where they can be brainwashed and prepared for a future in which they will mean fuck all, they're just a number. But that's your problem, that's not my problem. But your parties that you so passionately supported jumped into that shit-shot pack with gusto. What you must never forget, all those fuckers are fighting for that 400 seats that is available, because in those seats they are financially secure and they will be insulated against most of the shit that we have to take daily. Just remember that. And I'm saying again, if your party is part of that shit-shot pack, just understand, your party will basically not exist after the election. But that is not my problem. That is your problem. But don't come and send me messages, support this guy, support that guy, support that guy, support that guy, and that fucking guy is part of the moonshot pack. Don't do it. Up to now I've been quite tolerant, but pretty soon I will talk straight, unfiltered boerans to you if you keep on telling me about these fuckers. We have got a major problem in South Africa, and that is that the society has been whipped into a fucking potpourri of confusion. Everything is confused. Our sexuality is confused. Our culture is confused. Our religion is confused. All things that makes a tribe special. All of that has been destroyed. You're sitting with the ANC that does not represent a single tribe in this country. Yet they've got all the power And they are fucking every tribe up as they go. Last night, someone sent me some information about what the Stellenbosch gang is doing in the Zulu nation. It is fucking frightening how they are corrupting the leaders on all the sides. Why are they doing that? Just for the money. They just want to ensure that after the election they still have full power. Triple X is controlling the South African government whether you fucking like it or not. That's the reality. But people like me that talk about it, I can be attacked. But the problem is, I don't give a fuck. Nothing. Call me whatever you like. I don't care. The reality is, you will pay the price for your own fucking stupidity. Moses 6 verse 6 is very clear. Stupid people must suffer. Not stupid people may suffer or will suffer. Stupid people must suffer. That's a command. A universal command. And the stupid people are suffering now. But it's easy to come and jump on my channel or my WhatsApps or my social media and call me all sorts of fucking names. Doing it while you're stinking and reeking and dripping of the fucking Vaseline. You want to come and talk to me? You're making a mistake. I'm super sensitive for Vaseline. So, that is where we are today. Look around you. Cultural values has been decimated. What is happening in the Afrikaans churches is absolutely fucking frightening. But yet the sheep walks follow that. They are now clearly committed to the Triple X mission and fuck religion. That is the short and the sweet of it. Yes, take a tablet, take a branas. They are fully controlled by Triple X. And you, supporting them, are so fucking gullible that you accept this horror shit of gender. You accept it. And you try to justify it. Why? Because the fucking dominee said it. Please understand. Test every action of theirs according to the Bible. Not to their papers, to the Bible. And I want to say to you all, for me, a very important verse in the Bible is where God promised us, where 2 or 3 gathers in my name, I will be there. And that is all that I'm clinging to. I don't need any one of these organized church organizations to find my way to heaven. I just look at the Word of God. That's the end of it. So, take it, do with it what you like. The reality is, the organized Afrikaans churches, I'm not going to talk about the English churches now, the churches, because I don't know anything about them. I know some about them, but I'm sticking to the Afrikaans churches because I saw what they did. I saw how they changed over 50 years. I saw it with my own eyes. So, it's your turn now, to use the brain that God has given you and think about this shit. Look what they did during the pestilence. And all those fuckers sitting in that 400 seats supported it. They got their obscene salaries and fringe benefits and everything, and then they still had the added luxury. They could now sit in their home and do their being present via Zoom or what the fuck you want to do and call it. They didn't even have to go to the parliament. But financially, nothing changed for them. They even got a raise. But what happened on the other side of the fence, where we, the people, are? The small business sector in South Africa has been fucking destroyed. You walk into a shopping center, and the lady selling nuts and rusks and biscuits, her shop was closed. But the fucking supermarket next door was opening with music blaring and fucking lights flashing. Why? Just to centralize our supply. This is the problem. When I was a young guy, in my young days as a child. I can remember on a month end, it was a major expedition to go grocery shopping. That is what it was called. And the first stop was at the small shop of the Jew guy. He had a grocery shop and you could buy pots and pans and cook there. So the groceries was bought there. And this guy, he knew he was dealing with poor people. His prices was there, but at that till when everything was rung up, he will work out a discount. And he did not give money as a discount. He gave things like a set of knives and fork cutlery, or tea set, or a coffee set, or pots or pans, things like that, to help the people. Then we traveled from there to the butchery, and at the butchery my father and my mother would buy whatever we needed and so forth, and then they drive to the mill and they go and buy the millie meal and the bread meal and all of that. That is how it worked in those days. There was not one fucking single outlet that provided everything that could be closed down by XXX. That is independence. But what happens today? You drive with your car past the farm stalls and buy your vegetables at Spar. You drive past the private butchery and buy your meat at Spar or Checkers or Pick n Pay or where fucking ever. You yourself are empowering XXX to fuck you because you are lazy, because you do not understand that slowly but surely they are centralizing everything around your life. And why are they doing it? So that they can cut you off with one switch. And the day that they trip that switch, I don't care how much shit you drop in your pants that day you must ask yourself, how did you contribute to that fuck up? And look at that shit shot pact, and then you know how you have contributed. Because you allowed the party for which you voted to join that fucking pact. You allowed it to do it. What was the right way to go? Every political party go to the voters and tell them their story and tell them their mission and canvass their votes. And after the fucking votes are counted, they can sit down and say, okay guys, if 5 of us go together, we can take the power. No. They throw the fucking towel in before the fight even started. And they run into the coward's corner, sitting there together, planning how they fucking want to get into power. What the hell is that? If your party has joined the shit-shot pact, you must understand that your party is actually telling you that they will not make it. That's what you must keep in mind. And look at political parties. I see there's this one black party, I don't know exactly the name, Risum Zanzi or something like that. I like what the guy is saying. There are a few young black leaders that are talking a lot of sense. The reality of South Africa for the Boere, and now I'm talking to the Boere, your only chance on ever have a form of self-determination is you, the Boere, better start working on a relationship with the right-minded people in the Zulu tribe and the right-minded people in the Tswana tribe. And the Boer tribe, the Tswana tribe and the Zulu tribe need to stand together. If we don't do it, we're going to pay for it. And the moment that I say something like this, then there's a lot of fuckers that jumps up and they start reminding me about Dingaan and Pieter Tiefman. Fuck that stories, I don't want to hear it anymore. That was a different time and a different space. Space, not place, space in time. This is 2024. You better sit down and think about this. the Tswana tribe, the Boer tribe, and the Zulu tribe can actually create a confederation and be a massive power in Africa, not only Southern Africa, Africa, because we have among us what is needed to be successful. Why do I say that? Look at what happened to South Africa economically under apartheid and sanctions. Look at what happened. How did it happen? Because all the tribes worked together. Don't forget that. So, the Boer tribe, you better wake up and smell the fucking coffee. You are allowing people that pretend to be academics, pretend to be knowledgeable people, to bullshit you into another fucking 40 years of slavery. Instead of you, yourself, standing up and say, enough, stop this shit now. We had that campaign to clean out the pigsty in the Freedom Front Plus. And let me make it clear why I embarked on that campaign of clean the pigsty. Maak die varkhok skoon. Go and get George Orwell's Animal Farm and read that book. And you will understand why I called that Freedom Front a fucking pigsty. You will understand why I did it. Because they, the Vaseline gang in the Freedom Front, is doing exactly to us, the Boer, what the pigs did to the other animals in Animal Farm. Exactly the same fucking thing. Go and look at it. Don't believe me. Go and look at it. But you have to understand, unless you make peace with the fact that the Boer is not the same as the Afrikaners. We are not the same. And I'm not going to sit here and spend time on why we're not the same. Enough has been said on that. We are not the same. And the major difference between the two is integrity and the Boers' total reliance on God. And the Boer tries his best to stay within the will of God. These fucking joiners, they don't have integrity and they don't have character. They don't give a shit for your culture. They're in it for the money, opportunities. That's what they want. A Boer is driven by principles. Afrikaner is driven by opportunity. Never forget that. But the Boer need to understand, after you saw what happened at Centurion, we do not have vast numbers, but we have excellent people. And us, the Boer, need to reach out to the right-minded Zulus, the right-minded Tswanas, because together we can be a force. Think about it, let it sink in. Please give me a like and a subscribe and share the thing. And thank you for those that are supporting the channel financially. And when you get up now from your seat and walk to your kitchen to go and make your coffee, let this drum in your ears. Die Boere kom, die Boere kom.